Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Kelly and very happy Tuesday to you. Today I want to sit down with a bunch of makeup and just put it on my face. So this is going to be a chatty get ready with me. I'm on my third coffee, so that happened. But my kids did all come down, all four of them, and they picked out my makeup. So let's see what they picked out and why. So I had planned on doing my Ipsy get ready with me today, but it's not here, so I had to fill the spot. And I had mentioned last week maybe I should have my kids come down and pick up my makeup, and I kind of got a couple texts and a couple comments that were like, yes, you should do that. So I had all four of my kiddos come down here this morning and pick out a full face of makeup. They range from 4 to 13. So the youngest one is my only boy, so he had some interesting things to say as to why he picked them, but they did good. Oh, I love their answers. Anyways, okay, let's start with primer. My son decided to pick a primer. He picked the Revlon Colorstay Prep and Protect primer right here. This has an SPF in it, and I don't use this for SPF, but it's a good additive. I do have all of my skincare on, plus my sunscreen, so this is just added. But he picked this because it feels nice. He didn't go in and test out all of them, but he just went like this. He went, oh, I like that, it feels nice. So that is why he picked the primer. Thankfully, I do like everything that they picked. I mean, I don't keep things that I don't like, so that's good, I guess, because it didn't matter what they were going to pick. I guaranteed to like it. But some of the answers they had. Oh, that was a hoot. My second oldest daughter, she is 9. She picked foundation. She picked the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation because I had to, and she likes to mix things. I'm supposed to mix them. She went, ooh, they're the same. You could mix them. So there's that. I'm going to do 1 pump of each. I do have the shade 455 and 420 here. I'm starting to build a tan, so actually mixing would probably be best. 1 pump each. And I'm just mixing this on the back of my hand. And I'm going to go in with my Juno & Co sponge. If you didn't see the video, I'll link it. But this sponge is so good. 2 pumps is going to be way too much. Color doesn't look bad either. So maybe it's a good thing she wanted to mix, because I wouldn't have mixed and just went in with like my non-tan shade and then looked a little ghosty. But maybe she was onto something. I don't know if you guys self-tan, but like every time I self-tan from like a blank canvas, I'm like, it's not working. I'm still so pale. And then I'll go to put like my pale foundation on and it's like, no, I am very tan. So even with this being mixed half and half, I can tell it's already starting to develop quite a bit. I do leave my tanner on all night. I don't have time to wash it off. I put it on this morning, did a little crafting by myself because nobody was up, and then we had to run to town because we had an eye appointment. My oldest got contacts. Today is her first day, so that's what we did this morning and came home, and here we are. I do have a little bit of foundation left, not too much. I did go down my neck quite a bit with it just because I am tanning, and I do have a V-neck on, so I have a little bit left over. In the camera it looks really light still, but usually when I use my Juno & Co sponge, I can get away with 1 pump, full face, full coverage. These sponges are amazing. Okay, next we got concealer, which Courtney also picked. She picked this concealer. It's the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Multi-Use Concealer. I have mine in the shade Fair and one too. This might be on the verge of being too late, but I'm not leaving the house, so that's okay. And she said she wanted me to use this because she said I need a sponge, and this has a little sponge tip on it. So she didn't specify if this is the only thing I had to use, but that is why she wanted me to use it. I do really like this concealer. I just wish it was, you get a little bit more product. You only get, what, 0.05 fluid ounces in here, which is like a quarter of literally every other concealer I own. But I do like it. I like the way it wears. I don't have to set it, and it doesn't move. It doesn't smear any mascara either, which is really, really awesome. Oh, you know what? She picked out a thingy too. Oh, alright, let's mix this in really quick. She also picked out the Catrice Camouflage cream. She actually thought it was an eyeshadow, but she said I needed this because I look pretty in pink. So I'm gonna throw this on really quick before I smash all that in together. Just kind of hit that inner. I don't usually have to use a corrector when I use this foundation or concealer, so that's why I skipped it. And I just hit like the outside where I kind of have like the shadows, and then the inner corner. And usually, yes, I like to use my fingers, or the sponge actually does a really nice job, but this brush, it's a highlighting brush, but it's soft enough and dense enough that it does concealer so quick and so easy. I feel like I look so ghostly in the viewfinder. Like, ghostly. It's crazy. Get some bronzer on this face and liven it back up. It just looks so blank. Yep, their answers were so cute. So there is that. This is Starkly. My third daughter is 6. She wanted me to use this Pixi powder because she likes the powder. I think she's seeing like the gold reflex right here, and she's like, use that one. She's very much so the girly girl, the one that loves to go to Ulta, the one that gets into my makeup all the time. I really do like this one. I definitely think I don't have to totally set my face, but I do just do it a little bit. This is actually not that bad underneath the eyes, and I just go in there and dab a little bit. And I definitely think this finishing powder does a really good job at kind of minimizing pores, and it works well underneath my eyes, but it also kind of hides a lot of my fine lines too, so I don't actually mind it. Okay, next, my son picked brows. He picked this tiniest sample of Anastasia Brow Whiz. I have this, oh, what is this? Taupe. And he said he wanted this one because it was tiny, like him. So I'm supposed to think of him while I use it. Yeah. They had a lot of fun. I pulled all my, like, everything all grouped out and then let them pick. And they really, like, their logic was, it was sweet. And I don't usually use this one. I mean, it's a sample. I probably should just to use it up. I mean, it doesn't twist. But I find it's a little stiffer than formula that I like. The L'Oreal Micro, for me, is perfect as far as the formula. NYX is a little bit drier than L'Oreal, but not as dry as this one. Not a favorite, but it's not bad. And I can use the color. It's just, I have to press a little bit harder just to kind of get a little bit of pigment. I like my brows not so taupey, but a little bit like neutral brown, if that makes sense. I want you to be able to see them, and I definitely have to fill them in. So I don't mind because it is a micro pencil. My third daughter picked my bronzer. She picked the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. I have this in light medium because it smells like chocolate, and that's why I need to use it, because she wants me to smell like chocolate. I'm telling you, the reasons they came up with was so sweet. So, so sweet. This one is almost gone too. I don't use it too often. I don't know why. I don't. So maybe the kids shopping my stash was kind of a good thing, and kind of get into some old favorite makeup. Because everything I do have is definitely a favorite. Definitely, if it doesn't work, I mean, my oldest daughter's getting into makeup, so she pretty much comes downstairs when she wants, and she's like, can I have this, can I have this, can I have this, and if it's not like a super favorite, I'm like, yeah, that's fine, or I just let her borrow it. So she definitely takes a lot of the makeup that I'm not using, and I honestly, I don't mind. Well, at least it is getting used, right? But I do like this bronzer. I like that you can build it. And I like the tone. It's not warm, but it's not super cool. It definitely, you can contour with it, but can build it up to a really nice bronze. And now I don't feel like I'm as starkly white. My hair is crazy. It's doing this weird thing today. I straightened it, but like it's curling in quite a bit. I just left it. I didn't want to deal with it. I just wanted to sit down with my coffee and my makeup and have a chat. Try to Get Ready With Me's are probably my favorite film ever. This is also a highlighting brush that I just use because I feel like it's the perfect contour for my nose. It's fluffy enough, but it's dense enough. Like, it blends but places the color perfectly. So... And then the other brush that I used for my concealer is also a highlighting brush. It was a duo, but I don't like them for bronzing or highlighting at all. So, great for this. Okay, for blush, it was kind of a throwdown fight as to who was going to pick it, but my youngest daughter, being 6, she picked this palette. This is a pure 4-in-1 blush palette. And she picked it because it was pretty and I could use all of the colors. And she said, Mommy, think you could use all of those colors and be so pretty. So I have to use all of these. This palette is so pigmented, like really, really pigmented. And I'm a little scared to go in here. I guess she wants me to use all of them. Alright, so I'm going to go in with my usual brush. Oh, this is going to be bad. Okay. I'm going to lightly tap into all of them. 1, 1, 1, and 1. That's a lot of pigment. I'm going to tap a little bit of that off. Tap it on there. Alright, we should be alright. Oh, I actually don't. I think I tapped off enough. But oh, that's actually really pretty. Okay, maybe she's onto something. I've never dipped into all of them like that. But that is really pretty. Okay, Natalie. Okay, I see it. Okay. Once, and once. And tap it off. Dab. And then we'll go into the side. Well, maybe because she's the one that's really into the makeup. Maybe she's onto something. Mix all the blushes. And that side, of course, I went a little bit heavier. I always go heavy on that side, too. The side of my face kind of grabs more, but that's really pretty. I'm not mad. I like it. So, there was that blush that we use, all of them. Okay, and for highlight, my oldest daughter picked this by Model's Own. This is the Sculpt and Glow highlighting powder in Peach Pearl 2. She said it's different and shiny and pink. This does have like a kind of a slight shift to it. I don't usually like the shift kind of, but this is actually really pretty. I haven't used it in so long, so I'm actually excited to kind of get back into it. I mean, same thing with that blush palette. I love blush, and then usually I will find one blush and just like obsess over it. And same thing with a highlighter. But that's actually really pretty with those mixed blushes. Very cool. Okay. I like this blush. I like this highlighter. It doesn't, I mean, it's quite shimmery, but it doesn't settle in like weird. I mean, there's a lot of different sparkle in this, but like I said, it doesn't settle weird, but it's different. It's very different for me. Okay. So there is that. Not mad. I'm really not mad with what they picked. Okay, what do we do next? Eyes. We do eyes next. Okay, my youngest daughter picked the Ulta Beauty Matte Eye Primer in Nude. I only have 3, but she said this is pretty. I don't know, but I mean the other one is, the Milani one is like a silver package, which I'm surprised she didn't pick that one, but I don't know. Maybe she sees me use it all the time. So I do really like this one. It's my favorite. It was really hard not to sway them to pick something I wanted to use. But like I said, I don't keep makeup I don't like to use anyway, so they really couldn't have picked anything that I didn't want to use, I guess. I really wanted to do a mauve-y look today, though, so. That was foiled, but I'll probably wear that tomorrow, so. Alright, matte eye primer. And my oldest daughter, when I had said it, that, okay, I want you guys to come help me pick out my makeup, she, like, jumped up and at the chance. She's like, I'm picking the shadow palette. So she was super excited to pick it. This is the Tarte Young, Wild, and Free, Cruelty-Free Unleashed palette. I did a full review on this. I'll leave it linked in the cards, whichever side it goes. But I'm excited that she picked this one because last week I used the Pixi one, and the week before that is when I used this one all week. So it's been a week since I got in here, and I'm like, yay. And I asked her, I said, is there any specific look you want me to do with it? Is there anything I have to use? And she said I had to use this shade right here. So the blue is going on my eyes. But this palette does have a lot of mauve in it too, and because that's kind of what I wanted to do initially for the day, I think that's where I'm going to start. I'm going to take a big fluffy brush here, and I'm going to dip into Oh Dear, which is up here. It's one of my favorite. Okay, so the palette just flipped out of my hands and onto my tile floor, and I almost started crying until I didn't see shadow flying everywhere, and there wasn't dusty anywhere. But I will say all of the shadows popped out, and I was like, well, what the crap? Because a couple of them were laying down, and I was like, it doesn't even look like they're glued in. They aren't. They're magnetic. So if you were somebody that wanted to depot it, you could. But just so you are aware, these come out if you drop it. But the mirror didn't crack either. So, oh, I'm probably going to cut out all of the naughty words that I said and the absolutely awful face I know I made. I know I did. So anyways, on with the eyeshadows. I am going in with that fluffy brush and oh dear up here. Also, it took me a minute to figure out where all the colors went. I hope I have them in the right order. If I don't, somebody let me know. There are two shades that are a little bit similar, but oh my gosh. I was gonna cry. I would have literally left the house to go get another one because I like this palette. I absolutely want to have this palette. And I am just keeping this almost high in the crease. High for me, I should say. It's above my natural crease. But, and I think I am going to build it up a little bit again because I really like this color. It is one of my favorites. Actually, there isn't a shadow in this palette that I'm not a fan of. I like it all. I like it all. And a lot of times, I mean, once you get past like 9-pan palettes, a lot of times it's really hard to have a palette where you like all of the shades. There's always, typically, there's always one shade that you're like, yeah, I could do without this shade, but I like this palette. I like this palette a lot. So much that I threw it on the floor and almost had to leave the house. Okay. What to do? We have to use this blue. This is the blue we have to use. And she wanted this on the lower lash line, so maybe... Would that be weird? Would that be weird if we did this with it? I don't think so. I don't know. It's makeup. Let's play. Okay, I'm going to take kind of a smaller tapered brush here, and I'm going to dip into Iguana Love You right here. It's kind of a maroon, kind of glittery shade. I swatched it right here. And I'm going to tap this on the outer part of my lid here. Maybe I need a more dense brush, and that's something so fluffy. We're building. I love this shade too. This is a really, really pretty shade. I love that you can lighten it up for summer right now, but I can also see this being really pretty through the fall into the winter months too with the holiday. Oh my god, it's almost Christmas. I said it. I love Christmas. Yeah. So it's a chatty get ready with me. I can chat about this. I have a problem. I like Christmas. I like Christmas a lot. I have 11 Christmas trees and a 4.5-foot wreath. My mail lady likes to leave presents underneath my Christmas tree because I put 2 of them on my porch. I put them on the porch and she always tucks them underneath my Christmas tree, so she plays Santa all year, but oh, lots of Christmas. It takes me about 2 or 3 days to actually get everything out and up and decorated. It takes a week to take it down. Because I always buy more. Anyways, like Christmas, just wait. Oh, it's gonna be... I love Christmas. It's just... And Christmas starts early. November 1st. Please don't get mad. Because everybody's like, oh, Christmas is so far away, it's at the end of December. My Christmas starts November 1st. We have Halloween, and Christmas goes up. Alright, let's go into this blue. This is Totally... And I'm going to take this on like a small domey brush. I'm so excited for Christmas. And I'm going to tap this on the center, almost like we're doing a halo eye. Really concentrating it right there. Just go for the blue, right? I have used this shade a little bit. Not much. I'm going to take this angled brush. It's kind of a bigger angled brush. I don't think you would actually line with it, but I really like this for the lower lash. I'm going to take that same blue and I'm going to pull this on the lower lash line. Do I do half on the lower lash line and do like a brown? That would be pretty. Or should we do, yeah, let's just do that. All right, I'm gonna keep the turquoise just until the last little bit of my eye right here. We're gonna put a brown over there. I'm going to take that domey brush and just kind of fluff that everywhere. Fluff it up into the center. Because it is a shimmer shade, so we're going to have a little bit of blue in there. I'm going to lighten it up because that's a little crazy. It's a little crazy for this mom, but it's cute. Okay, I'm going to clean it off here. And I'm going to jump over into this shade right here, Hawkward. It is like an almost seafoam green, and I'm going to go over top of what that blue that we just kind of swirled everywhere in the inner corner, and I'm going to lighten that up with this shade. Oh, I am going back into town. I feel like I looked like a tropical fish right now. I am in such a goofy mood, and I'm just thankful that my palette is not completely ruined right now, that I don't even care. I will go to town like this. Okay, let's do this other shade. I really want to do this one. It's Irrelevant. Right here, it's kind of a champagne-y gold. There's a pink champagne-y kind of color in here too. I really, really like this one. It's a little bit more gold. Or maybe I want the one that's a little bit more pink. Well, let's switch it up. Let's just place this down. And then I'm going to go back in with Your Lion right here, which is about the same shade, same tone, but it's a little bit more pinky. Yep, that's what I wanted. Just a little bit more pinky. Okay, let's get this crazy mess blended. I'm going to take the shade or the shadow brush that we used for the blue and just kind of blend that into the blue. I'm going to take the shader, the brush that we used for the red, actually. This one needs more shimmer. Alright, there we go. And I'm just going to shade that that kind of maroon. I really love this palette. Very, very, I feel very tropical fish. I don't care. It's just makeup. We're having fun today. Alright, I'm gonna go in with kind of a smaller, fluffy brush, and I'm gonna go in down here to Camouflage down here. I keep saying camouflage because my husband was military, so I mean camouflage in this house. It's camouflage. Anyways, I'm gonna take this and low in the crease, just almost connect these colors. I'm just gonna kind of swipe this right in the socket of my eye. Oh, I think my oldest daughter is going to like this. She told me to have fun. I was told in the comments to have fun. So here I am. We're having fun playing with makeup. I do such serious looks. And I know I do. I know. But this is definitely giving me some very fun tropical vibes. I'm going to have to change out my shirt for something a little bit different, I think. I love this palette though. Taupe does such an amazing job with their shadows. I'm going to go in with the crease brush and then dip into Oh Dear. Just run that over top. Just kind of fade it out a little bit more. This side got a little high with that camouflage color. It's so pretty though. Alright, I'm going to clean this brush off right here because I want to dip into that camouflage shade. And just lightly right here. And then I'm going to stamp it right on the outer and kind of take it up almost like a wing, but I mean, not, kind of. That is actually really cool. Okay, then I'm going to take, then I'm going to take the brush that I used for this outer side, and I'm just going to kind of, whatever's on here, I'm just going to blend into everything else, trying not to blend down so that I kind of keep a little bit more of a crisper line right there. I don't like wings on my hooded eye with a liner, but something like this I will do because it's shadow, and shadow's a little bit more forgiving for myself in my eyes. Okay, I want a little bit more punchy color, so I'm going to go into this, I'm going to go in with this flat kind of shadow brush and back down in here to Hawkward. I'm going to brighten it up a little bit so that you see a little bit more of the green kind of shift. There we go. Concentrating it definitely just on the inner where I had placed the turquoise, or like blended the turquoise, but just making sure it gives it that goldy green shift. Okay, and I'm going to take a fan brush, my micro fan brush, and I'm going to go into Swan Song up here. This shade is so pretty. It looks matte. Or it can look matte, I should say. But if you build it up, it definitely has almost like a pearly shift to it. And it's such a pretty, like, highlighter. And you can see that the brush does that with every shadow, but it's so pretty. Okay, so hopefully she will be proud of me. I did something very crazy. It kind of reminds me of a tropical fish. Maybe I'm anxious for Halloween and I want to put my Christmas tree up. Christmas trees. You know, my husband did buy me 2 new ones last year, plus the big wreath. So, you know. And I do theme them kind of like all of my kids have their own, and my husband and I have one. And then there's the 2 outside for the mail lady. You know, so everybody driving by can have a very Merry Christmas. I have a big farm porch, and I wrap the pillars. They look like candy canes, and you guys, I love Christmas. I know. I don't know why people don't like Christmas. I really don't. Anyways, my oldest daughter that picked the eyeshadow palette said that she wanted to pick the eyeliners as well, and she picked 3 that she thought that I would coordinate in. And she knows I always love this brown one by L'Oreal, so she has that one. She also picked out the Ulta Beauty Automatic Eyeliner in teal blue, and then the Maybelline Lasting Drama Light Liner she said she wanted on the inner corner. So I'm gonna zoom through all of this and I'll be right back. Okay, and my son did pick out the CoverGirl Exhibitionist mascara. He said because it tastes happy. Nobody ate any of my makeup at all. Nobody tasted any of my makeup. My kids don't go around licking things like that. I mean, not my makeup. But I really do like this. For being a waterproof formula, I'm really, really happy with it. Okay, my oldest did pick my lip liner. She picked Boldly Bare by MAC right here because my second oldest daughter picked this MAC Velvet Teddy shade. And she said it's because she likes the color and she likes the shape that it's kind of, I don't know, like it's doing that, you know, because I've used this a lot, so she liked that one. Lastly, my son did pick the setting spray. He did pick the MAC Fix Plus. He said It's a cool bottle and makes everything happy. I'm telling you, the reason why these guys picked the makeup is just, it's the best. It's so sweet. Okay, but that is the finished look that my kids did pick out today. I was told to do something very fun and definitely something with the blue, so I kind of did it all. I wanted something mauve-y. I did mauve, and then I did the blue. So let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys have an amazing Tuesday. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!